This is an interesting camera angle, isn't it? Welcome everybody to the first round of the SLR A1 Championships here today, as we are heading to Albert Park. Yes, again, like we was about an hour ago. Hopefully we can get a good race out of it and enjoy ourselves. We've got 16 drivers here today. 2 of them are reserves, with Dusty and AJ from T2 jumping in. But it should be an okay race, I think. Hopefully we can have a lot of action as well. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 1 already. I'm guessing that's Craig. No? He was wrong. There's a few guys on their laps. Mocky Meeks being one. Got Knuffle going round. Montana's probably the first guy to finish his lap, with his teammate hidden there as well in the Williams. Obviously Montana's probably going to get the pole position, but we can hope and pray that, you know, Dusty does what he did last week and gets fairly close. But we'll see what this Williams is capable of as he comes around the final corner. I still look at Williams' suspension and I think that was all wrong. But he goes down the final corner now. Will he be able to get close to pole position or not? Well, it's a 99 straight off the bat, which suggests it's probably going to be quicker than T1's pole position. As we've got Knuffle coming around the final corner now. Will he be able to get close to it? As unseen as 21.3. Knuffle comes up to the line now. And he does a 29 too, so that's your answer to that. As it looks like we've got a few other guys to line. We've got Crevillian 21.6. We've got Mocky Meets to line 21.6 as well. Dusty's yet to finish that. We've got SLR Package. SLR AJ as well. Game marks given up on his lap. Craig as well. So who's next time? It's probably Dusty in the Renault. Coming around the final few corners now. And he comes to the line, and it's gonna be, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be P2, but 3 tenths off with a 20.2 from Dusty. As Craig starts his lap, so we'll go on board with the Merc. Because we've got a few problems there, as he runs very wide onto the curb, and he's already backed off. It looks like he has anyway. I mean, I could be just, yeah, he's backed off. If we can get the RS deployment up, that'll probably tell you the story. Obviously not. He's on the mediums anyway. We've got Catfish Hunter on the hards as well, so expect some improvements later on in the session. The Vengeful One, will he be able to put his name in lights and get anywhere close to the front row, I suppose, as he comes down the final corner? And around the final corner he goes now. Will he be able to get anywhere close to the top lot as he comes across the line now? And the answer is no. Only 2.3 seconds off. Craig will probably come into the pits now, yeah. Interesting enough, Hidden didn't manage to get a lap together. AJ's run over the curb there. As we're watching AJ start a lap. Is anyone on one at the minute? I think Vengeful is on a cooldown. Knuffle's in the pits. Hello Bass is in the chat. As Morgan's actually on a lap in his Ferrari, and his teammate Zero is currently P6 with 22.2 at the minute. Still a long way away from the pole time of Montana. We've gone above Catfish for some reason. But really the only person on a okay lap is the Ferrari. He had to lift there through the right-hander, which suggests it's not particularly a quick lap. But he comes down the final corner now. Will he be able to improve on his time? Let's get a time on the board, should I say. It's 0.6, so it's only P10 for Mugen. Yeah, we're on board with Mark at the minute as he's going to try and go for pole position now. As he comes around the right-hander, will he be able to make a difference now as he comes around the final corners now? Will Mark be able to improve on, let's say, a lacklustre pre-season race? Will he be able to get anywhere near that pole position time, which we really expect? It's a 21.2 from Mark, so that's P3. Still 1.3 off anything else that anyone else has done. Unseen's up by a couple of tenths, so he'll be able to get slightly closer. As Montana goes even quicker with 0.7. And Unseen to the line now, he does a 20.8, which takes him to P3 ahead of Mark. And, Cavillion has improved. If you go P4, 10th off of Unseen. Hidden's currently P7. As he's on a lap, he's currently 2.5 tenths down though. Akil's out there on a lap, and the only person not to do a lap so far is Craig. Will he be able to get top 10 at least? As he go on, he's starting to come to my commentary. And, Catfish is up by 1.3 seconds apparently. Even though he hasn't done the first sector yet, and he's lifting off. Now he's way down. So what can Craig do as he comes across the line in a second? He misses the apex by a country mile, and he comes across the line, and it's going to be a 21.8, and that's going to be P8 for Craig so far in this session. A couple of tenths off mocking weeks. If he could work that, that would be a good lap for him. But I feel mocking weeks has got a bit more time in him, since he's gone for the hard medium tyres. I think that's his fastest as well. Yeah, fastest lap I've got it on. No, I haven't. I'm okay with it as well. Just trying them out for size, I suppose. As we've got Craig still out on track. I don't know if he's gone for a second quick lap. No, he definitely hasn't. As we've got Knuffle out there. Improved by half a second, so can he get into the 21s? He does, but quite comfortably. It's P5 for Knuffle. As we've got Technique Gaming in the chat. Hello to you. I haven't spoken to you in a bit. There's currently SLR package G is the last of everybody. 24 2.2. It's can't get my words out here. There's a few guys out there on the laps at the minute. We've got Alfie, Vengeful as well. It's kind of that period where there's a few guys on the lap. I think Zero's just starting his lap as well. Oh dear. I need to drink time. I need to wake up. Open the fridge. Ooh, hype. As AJ comes around the final corner now, will he be able to get anywhere near the pole position time? And oh no, he's done a Kevin Magnussen there, I think. Been in it in the last corner, and he's sat in the middle of the road. Obviously his wheel hasn't come off there, as he probably couldn't. He's knocked his whole front wing off now. It's kind of pushing it. NSX 123, yeah, so far. Pavilion is currently 4th, closest to beating that. I think there's a few guys out there who can beat that. Packy G has improved to 22.6. Hidden is also one of them guys who could probably beat that time if he got his lap together. As he was very, very quick at Austria. Very surprisingly quick actually. Mocking me. Cavillion also. I wonder if he's improving. In the first sector, he is up by 2/10, and in the second sector, he's done exactly the same. So he's up by about a couple of tenths at the minute. Is Cavillion. So that 1, 2, 3 is about to disappear. If he gets a good last sector, he's messing with the ERS quite a lot. So that suggests he's got half a chance as he comes into the pit lane, so that also suggests that he's not backing himself too much. As Mocky makes his coming to the end of his lap, will he be able to improve on his 21.6 as he heads to the line now? Yeah, he does a 21 flat, and that's as flat as you're going to get at 21, as he gets up to P5 now, just behind Cavillion and Unseen. Game Mark is going a bit slow. Hidden didn't improve too much. He's a little bit down in his first sector as well. Craig, will he be able to improve on a 21.8? It's not looking likely, especially with them sort of mistakes. As Zeros is in the pits, he'll be hoping for slightly better than that. It's Hidden has actually retired from the session. I don't know if he binned it, but he hasn't improved. So he's down there in P8 at the minute. I think it's telling me that I'm running out of battery for my headset, so I'll have to plug this in. Which will make things slightly awkward, since my wheel is in the way. Hidden couldn't improve, so that's why he's out of the session. As Zero exits the pit lane. As Muggen retires as well. AJ is also out of this session. Craig's out there in a lap at the minute. We'll see if he's improving on his time. He'll be hoping he can improve on that in the Merc, hoping to be a little bit closer to that pole position. He's 2/10 up so far in the first sector. So what's the rest of the lap going to be like for Craig on this occasion as he heads now down into turn number 8, I believe? And then it's 9 and 10, or 10 and 11, or something along those lines. And let's see how much he's up in the middle sectors. There's 1/2, so he's lost a little bit of time in the middle. They're kind of finding that at the minute. And here he is going into, let's say, the final sector of the lap. It's quite a difficult corner this on this game. Trying to get the car in, he uses 3rd gear there, just to get the turn in. 5th gear in the the right-hander there. Some people have been using 6th and just lifting off. Using first gear in the last corner, which loses you a lot of speed. I found first gear is a gear you don't really want to be using as it comes to the line. And will he be able to improve? He does by 0.3 of a second, and doesn't. He only moves ahead of Hidden actually. So he did move up a position. Dusty's out there on the lap. He's currently 3.5 up. So not quite troubling Montana, but he's going to get under the time of 1:19 as he comes to the line now. Will he be able to beat Montana? And he crosses the line, and it's a 0.8, and that is pretty tragic. 800ths off for Dusty there, and that's the end of his qualifying session. And here comes Cavillion, who's improving by 2.5. Will he be able to get ahead of Unseen at least as he comes to the line? And let's give it 0.6, invalidated 0.6 as well, so no improvement for him. Unseen, will he be able to get anywhere? He's a little bit down on his time. Is anyone else coming to the line? Zeros isn't. Pekkaji's done his lap. As Montana goes, that's just too quick. As Akil actually goes up to P12 there. As Unseen doesn't actually improve on his lap. Zeros comes into the pits, and now it's waiting for Mark and Knuffle. Knuffle is up on his time. Will he be able to get anywhere near Mocking Weeks or Mark? As he comes to the line now, will he be able to improve? And it's going to be a 21 point, just ahead. Actually, he's done exactly the same time as Mark. I've actually just ahead of Mark, but he's done the exact same time as Mark gets that position because he did it first. And that is the end of qualifying for Australia. And what was a pretty crazy Australia qualifying there, as it's probably what we expect. Cavillion Mocky Weeks there, probably that battle. Hidden slip back a bit. It's probably where he usually is. Mark and Knuffle right together. Catfish, Vengeful. I mean, there's a few 22s, but you really need to be in the 21s to be anything where near competitive. A few 20s. Probably about right. Right, so in the qualifying, waiting for Catfish to retire from the session in P10 he is. Should make for an interesting race, I still think. Race pace is usually different to qualifying. As Montana found out in the last race, when he got pole and ended up challenging for 4th. But yeah, second difference in everyone else in Montana. With Dusty just there. Yeah, there's just them two and then everybody else really. To be honest, there's like separate battles throughout the grid. I mean, let's see, down to 43 seconds the difference between them. But yeah, it should be interesting. It looks like the only dry race of the weekend really. A1, not A1, T1 and T2 were both wet. We've got the Xbox race tomorrow, of course, but we don't know if that's going to be wet or not. We'll have to wait and see on that one. As we head now for the formation lap. Right. Sorry about that. I was reading a few messages before we got underway. As we all line up now for the start of the race. Hello, Billy, and welcome to SLR. As we're about to start the first race of the A1 Championship and the last of the PS4 for this weekend. As we go to 5 lights, they ain't going out straight away like the T1 race, but they are out now, and it looks like Montana's got a good start. Dusty's for a little bit further behind on the dirtier side of the grid, but he's managed to get into turn 1 in one piece, but it's not the same behind. It seems like Cavillion's already up into P2. Actually, Dusty's got dropped massively. I mean, I don't really know what's happened to him, but he's had about to start as Cavillion's in P2 now, Unseen P3, and Knuffle in P4 as the Vengeful one is dropping like a stone, and I think Craig's had an incident. No, Knuffle has binned it into the wall, and Craig is out as well. And there's Muggin at the back on his own, but everyone else but bar them three have got away fairly clean. As AJ's looking at Akil, who's already made up into P7. Mockymix is looking at these three. As they're going 3 wide, that is not what you want to be doing. Unseen, Hidden, who's had a fantastic start. He's in P3, onto the podium already. As Montana's pulling away significantly. As Unseen's dropped down now into P5 behind Dusty as well. And Packy G is out of the race, unfortunately for him. Zeros and Vengeful one look to be going side by side for a little while there, as looks like Akil's run wide, and that's allowed AJ to get the position up to P7 as we come to the end of lap 1, and it looks like Montana has got the race lead and hidden into P3 at the minute, but Dusty is making his way for the finish, and he span, and I don't think anybody touched him, including Hidden, who that was a difficult one. He was around the outside, luckily for him. So he maintains position, but Dusty's gone all the way down to P11 after a silly mistake, really. Into turn 1, just lost the back end, who just span on him. It's carried a little bit too much speed that he didn't really need to do. He just needed to take it nice and steady to get the position, because he was there for the taking. But Hidden back up into the podium spaces with Cavillion P2 and Montana P1. But he's coming under pressure from Unseen and Mocking Week. So it looks like Vengeful and Catfish having a bit of a battle. It looks like Vengeful has got past Catfish for P9. But yeah, the NSX 123 has well and truly disappeared slightly. Mucky Mix is looking at unseen, so he could be already down to P4. Anyway, so far, which isn't a surprise, as he's pulling away from the field, and it looks like Mucky Mix is gonna get a very nice run on unseen now, and he goes down to the inside. There's a bit of lag there on the Alpha car, but tucks in behind, and as they carry on their merry way. AJ's just in behind these guys, getting Mark a little bit further back after a pretty poor start. That's allowed. I'm going to get rid of the stream on my computer, so it streams a little bit better. That's how Mucky Mix and Hidden, for example, to get positions. Yeah, fairly close start. It's obviously a very difficult track to overtake, and this is really the battle to be had at the minute, as they're all sort of lining up here for Hidden, and he won't want to really look back, to be honest. With Alfie's getting the best view of all this, with 3 cars ahead of him. A bit of lag there from unseen side. I don't know if the drivers see this, to be honest, or it's just the spectator cam. But Mucky Mix is looking close to unseen, with a bit of DRS possibly. Unfortunately for him, unseen's got DRS as well, so Hidden's the one really under threat, as Mucky Mix goes a lot deeper into turn 1 than unseen does, and he's going to get a better exit with a bit of slipstream possibly. Will he be able to make the move here? He's getting very close down the inside of unseen, and it looks like unseen has managed to keep that position, as Knuffle has left the session as well, and it's getting very close as these 3 are all within DRS of each other, and that's allowed them to get away from Mark as well. We'll open up the ARS usage, as it looks like Alpha's used the most, trying to keep up with this battle, I think. As there's an incident sector 3. Oh, it's Cavillion. And that is Hidden up into P2, and Unseen up into P3. Will Mucky Mix be able to get past Cavillion as well? It looks like he has, and blocked AJ off. Or has he? Has he lost his front wing? He's lost half the front wing, and that's Cavillion bottling it, and Montana's already got a 10-second lead after the opening lap. So it's Montana 1, Hidden 1-2 for Williams, and Unseen 3 and Mucky Mix in P4, but he looks probably the more feisty of the 3 drivers. So expect him to start making his move, as Vengeful is keeping up with Akil pretty well, and Dusty as well. Expect him to come back through the field a bit as well, because he's probably the next quickest. There's Unseen, loses the back end. Oh, what a save that is, with Mucky Mix getting a great view of this as they head down to turn number 8 again. And it looks like it's going to remain the same for a while. Obviously, it's a difficult track to overtake, not the easiest track, so Montana picks up his first penalty of the day. That's probably the only chink in his armour at this point, as Packy G has left the session. Incident in Sector 2. I think that was Vengeful, actually. Had a little bit of a spin, because Catfish is ahead of him. I'm having a look, he hasn't got enough front wing damage, but there's another incident. Oh, it's Mucky Mix. He's doing so well. I know he's lost half front wing, I think. Actually, no, I think he got up. Oh, he has. He's lost an end plate. So that's him coming to the pit lane, I think. As Akil. Oh, it's a virtual safety car. Akil's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under it. Which that takes a lot of pressure off Unseen now. As DRS is now enabled. And we're back underway from the racing point of view. And it looks like Alfie is going to try and get back at unseen. As Catfish gets a 3-second penalty. As Alfie probably the person at the rear of this is always the quickest. And Dusty as well has already been to P5. Interesting enough as well. There's a few guys of Pit, Cavillion and Mocking Weeks. I suppose they're probably might close in each other. But Alfie is looking to make his move now on unseen, as just in ahead. There's an incident in sector 3. That'll be further back, probably a keel actually. So his race is going from bad to worse. As it looks like Alfie's going to try and make a move, and that is not where you want to be making your move. You'd be surprised. Yeah, I think he surprised him a little bit there. He's going for that. It looks like he's gone for turning from defence to attack now. He's unseen. He's looking at Hidden, who's parking the bus. Let's face it. I mean, look, 3 cars all together as they head now down into the dangerous turn 10, 11, going side by side, and here it could be very dangerous as Hidden actually backs off. And fair enough. As Unseen gets himself into P2. And here goes Alfie round the outside of Hidden. Will he manage to get it around the outside? Oh, he had the grip, but he just got squeezed onto the curb though. And that was the difference. Will he make a move into the final corner? Will he poke his nose in? I think it's a bit too narrow of an angle on this game to really make that happen. As Unseen is Hidden and actually pits. So his super's gone. In fact, Montana pits as well. But he's at the other end of the pit lane. There's Muggin actually pits as well, as he's about to get lapped. As there's Montana coming out in P3. There's Dusty actually pits as well. And there goes Hidden. And that is the difference. Here comes Hidden. Will he get ahead of Mark? I think Mark pit actually. I mean, I could be wrong. He has pit Mark. So he went for the stop. And yeah, Hidden just about gets it stopped there. There's yeah, he went for the early stop, did Mark. And it nearly paid off for him, as Cavillion's actually on the back of this as well. So he's got new friends. There's Hidden, and that probably will release Unseen and AJ to get past all of this. As we've got incident in sector 3. Is that Muggin or a keel? It might have been at Muggin actually. He looked a bit slow. There's another incident in sector 3. I think Muggin's retiring. Geez, I know, but it's an in sector 3. Honestly, it's just the pit stops. As Muggin leaves the session. That's confirmed that one. As Montana retakes the lead, Unseen's in, and so is AJ. I think Unseen was held there. AJ's well ahead now. Did he have a 5-second stop and go or something? No. But AJ's now ahead of Unseen, and he's come out ahead of Hidden as well. That is pretty crucial. As Mocking Mix has retired from the session, and they're all going side by side here. There's 4 cars, 2 Red Bulls, a Williams, and a Renault of Mark, as they head down into the next corner. And Hidden's somehow come out ahead of all of this. I think the silver lining for Muggin is not Muggin, Unseen, is that he could probably catch up with all the battling, as Cavillion and Mark are going at it, but Cavillion stays ahead of Mark, and somehow. I don't know how Hidden's managed to stay ahead of these two, to be honest. I don't really know what's happened to Unseen, but AJ as well. You see, he loses the back end there. He only stays in DRS with his DRS. But he's got Cavilion right behind him. And they don't fancy going side by side through there, I don't think. As Dusty has made the move on Unseen. So we didn't see that one. But he's got straight past. There's Cavilion now. Oh dear. Goes a bit late on the brakes there. He's looking at AJ. There's Morgan. I thought Morgan made a position there. Been 1 minute 12 for anybody else. Obviously he's not even in a session. That'll be a bit difficult for him. As Dusty started to make his move on Mark as well. So podium isn't out of the question for Dusty still. The vengeful one is actually interesting enough ahead of Hidden, but he's yet to pit. As it looks like AJ is going to get past Hidden at some point, because he's really closing on the back. Hidden will get DRS, which will help him down this straight, because Vengeful hasn't pit yet. So he'll be there in the DRS detection zone. So that'll always help him. But it looks like Mark's going to have to give way to Dusty. And he does. Doesn't really fight it too hard. But Hidden still in P2. And showing quite good race pace. His qualifying pace was nothing really. But his race pace is pretty okay, especially his race craft. Keeping people behind. There's just seen on board of that. Cavilion getting his penalty. And AJ going around the outside of Hidden for what is P2. And will he finally get the move as Hidden's got the inside line, in fact. So he's still there as the Williams drivers skidding around the corner together. But Hidden has come back at AJ there. And he's still in P2. So nice from Hidden. As he continues on his merry ways, holding everybody up. But Montana, 22 seconds in the lead, absolutely just playing with everybody. And at this point in the race, the two Red Bulls are getting frustrated. Vengeful actually came out 3 seconds behind his teammate, Catfish. And they're still pretty much lining up behind Hidden at this point in the race. Just trying to get an opportunity as they go in the down a few corners. Hidden looks a bit all over the place in the last few cars. What tyres are everybody on? That's a good question. Pavilion's on supers. So he's pitting again. I'm very surprised with that decision. Mark's on the mediums. He'll be pitting again. Let's say that. Venduel's on mediums. He probably can get to the end. Zeros. Touch and go. With the biggest positions gained, Alfie with 11, Hidden with 7, as well. The top, there's these two guys on the podium at the minute, but it looks like Dusty's trying to work his way from the field here, and it won't be too long till he's on the podium. Let's put it that way. He looks to have a lot more grip than Cavilion. That's what I'd say on them worn tyres. Oh, he nearly puts him in the wall, but with a much better line, it looks like Dusty's going to just probe his way past the Red Bull driver as he heads down into. It just broke so much later, so much more confidence on the brakes, as it looks like Hidden and Alfie going at it again, and Hidden didn't leave any room there. Let's put it that way. No quarter given from the Williams driver as he maintains his P2 as Cavilion pits. And here we go with Dusty as he heads down into what is turn 1. And sorry about lack of commentary, I'm doing 2 or 3 things at a time. There's Mark's in the pits. And we are halfway through the race now. And Dusty's still not on the podium, but he worked his way pretty fast through the field. It looks like Hidden's pulled a bit of a gap on AJ, who struggled to really stamp his authority on this. I mean, he could be well up the road if he got past a couple of seconds at least. But he's struggled, and now he's facing the consequences. Look at the different suspension on the Williams compared to every other car. It's just a bit weird. Oh Jesus, Alfie, you do not want to be out there. As he got on the curb there, it's a bit weird as Dusty now gets past him. For P4, 3. Catfish is on the back of Cavilion. I think Cavillion's just overtaken him now. So Cavillion's actually at the fastest lap of the race. So Montana will not get that, it seems. As Dusty's trying to now make his way past into P2, probably where it should be, if he didn't make the mistakes earlier. Definitely the second fastest driver on the grid today. Behind Montana, who's run away with it. Who's made pretty much 2 seconds a lap on everybody else. He'll be able to make the move. But it shouldn't be too long before Dusty makes this move. As he's getting ever closer. As he goes around the outside now, and he's made that. Oh dear, he made that move. Guys, headset died, which isn't good. But yeah, hopefully we can get. But well, actually, this race it's kind of died out. Hidden looks like he's got that podium pretty nailed down, and yeah, we're a few laps to go. Doesn't look like anybody's going to challenge him for it. Alfie's just put new tyres on. Cavillion's 40 seconds off because of his 2-stop. Got 5 laps to go. Montana's leading by 32 seconds now. Utterly dominant. It's fair to say this is probably his most dominant race so far. Fair play to him. Dusty had his incidents. He probably could have got it a lot closer if he wouldn't have messed up. But that's the way it goes. So sometimes. Hidden in P3 at this point. Probably redemption for what was a very good pace in Austria, but not quite managing to get the podium due to other incidents. Unseen P4, been kind of stuck there for a while. Missing out on the podium just about, probably because of Dusty getting back there, whereas he would have been on there. Mockumits could have been on there as well. Alfie as well. We've got an incident in sector 3, and that's Akil gone. Final corner, it looks like, probably a bit further back. And Mark's ended up in P10. I don't quite know why that's happened. He might have pit again. I think the vengeful one might be catching catfish slightly. His teammate. Mark's in the pit lane. Again. But yeah, I'm hoping for a bit more. Obviously, I'm hoping to push full grids. I've been at work this week, unfortunately, so that's probably the reason why it's a bit down this week. I haven't been able to assert my authority as much, I suppose. But next week, when is my birthday? I think one of the days, I think it might be Saturday. Yeah, my birthday is on a Saturday, so that could be interesting. I'm commentating on a Saturday, because I will be here for the whole thing. And then the week after that, me and Mockumix are both away, so that should be very interesting. I'm hoping to sort the league out by that point. We're away for 3 days, which would be quite nice. I'll probably tweet about it or something, but Sector 2 there's an incident. Montana is pitting. I think he's going for the fastest lap, which will close things up slightly. Pit lane's about 20 seconds, so it's not a lot of difference for him. Except for his race time. He's not really competing for race time. I wish we had a track map. That would be crazy good for a setting on the OST. The on-screen display. But Montana has come out of the pits. And he's a bit closer as Dusty, but nowhere near close enough. It's about 10 seconds. But he's on fresh tyres now. So he's going to go for the fastest lap point. Which I don't think he currently has. Who does have that? 24.5. 24.9. 24.4 Cavilion, I think. Could be wrong. 23.5. I think is Alfie 23.5 actually. Although a certain person. Oh, Alfie's out. We'll go on Verbal Catfish. We'll see this. He's 18 seconds behind, right? But Alfie, who had got the fastest lap, no longer has that fastest lap. Oh, he's binned it in the left right. Ooh, nasty. And I don't think he'll be too happy with that one. So I think Mark did get the fastest lap that time around. Let's have a look. Oh, it was invalidated. 23.2, or as it would have been. But Montana's about to smash it by a country mile. So that'll be the end of that. It looks like Hidden's going to get that final podium spot. In 4 seconds to unseen. So that's going to close. There we go, 21.8, 1.5 seconds quicker than what Mark would do. Unless he's going a bit quicker. Yeah, we won't get a safety car on lap 28 or 29, Alfie, so I don't believe you. I don't know what that was for Mark. That's 30.4. That wasn't really anything to shout about. But it looks like Williams is going to be a 1-3 for the toothpaste team. As I said, another penalty. Actually, penalties might play a part in the podium before I discover Hidden's got. Oh Jesus! Second half of the race has not been good for him. 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties. Unseen. There's one warning, so that's the podium gone for Hidden. Jesus, got that many penalties, he's going to lose the podium. So Unseen is going to be it's going to be NSX 1, 2, and 3. Damn it! As Montana has already crossed the line, so he's won the race for the Williams team and takes the opening round of this championship with Dusty P2. Well, that was Dusty then, but it's Mark doing a few donuts. I don't know where it's going now. But Dusty finishes P2. Hidden's going to finish 3-3 very temporarily, as it looks like Unseen's going to get that position. There he is. Cavillion will finish P5, I believe, after a promising P2 at the start of the race. Kind of bottled it. And Catfish P6, Vengeful P7, Zero P8, and then Mark P9. And that is the A1 Australian Grand Prix for you. Not the best of races. I mean, it had its moments at the start. It was pretty exciting, but it kind of died out at the end. Let's hope for a better one next week, I think, at Bahrain. Yeah, Bahrain next week. That's like saying, oh yeah, Leclerc knows he's got the pace to win the race, but never actually does win one. You know what I'm saying? I have a pace for podium, but I know I'm never going to get one. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this stream. Tomorrow we'll be back with the very interesting race for the Xbox League, the first actual league race. Yeah, that should be very interesting, and hopefully we can all go and enjoy that. It'll be live on Twitch tomorrow night. I'll commentate for you, and hopefully we can have a bit of an exciting race. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm Leno7, and I'm out.